So I'm out on a service call that's turned into a little bit of a repair here, but the customer complained that the AC wasn't keeping up. So I just kind of checked all my bases, everything. My pressure seemed a little off. I did have a plugged air filter that was pretty dirty. I swapped that out with one that they had here. And then I decided to check these coils, and the outside's got some cottonwood and stuff like that built up on it, which I'll be cleaning too. But the inside, I got all these paneling off. There's like this little piece of metal here that goes in this open area. So I pulled all that out. I've already started kind of cleaning off the coil. You can see on this side now, you can actually like see the coil. Well, this side over here is just matted hair. I'm going to try to pull some of this out. I've already kind of been pulling some of it out. But you can just see it's basically a filter of dog hair and junk. So it's basically like having a plugged air filter that's been affecting the airflow big time, which is throwing everything off. So my solution for this is going to be obviously cleaning up this just blanket of hair and dust and dirt. I'm gonna, once I get all the big chunks off, I'm gonna touch it up a little bit with my coil brush, and then once that is done, I'm gonna do some chemical coil clean. I have some evaporator just kind of in an aerosol can, coil cleaner. I have a non-rinse kind, but I'm actually gonna probably rinse it out with some water still, just try to get all that stuff that's embedded rinsed out. But this is definitely something that I'm sure a lot of people are starting to run into with air conditioning season starting off. I know some states probably already have major AC going on. We're just kind of starting here in the Pacific Northwest. But yeah, this is just something that's really easy to find on a maintenance or anything like that. But just definitely always check. It's worth checking the coil because you never know. I've had some instances where it's really hard to get into this area, and down below I'll just cut like a big chunk out of sheet metal, and I'll have some extra sheet metal in my truck to patch the hole. But that way you can kind of get up in there and inspect it with a light. But yeah, this particular customer actually called us because they had another company that had just been selling them on a bunch of stuff, and just didn't kind of lost faith in them and called us up, and this is what we found. The other company was actually trying to upsell them to replace the whole system, when realistically all it was is their just lack of maintenance they've been performing on the system, because the other company has been coming out yearly to do maintenance, and this is pretty much what you're seeing. Clearly this isn't just from a year of buildup. This particular house does have hardwoods and like 5 or 6 dogs, so I mean a lot of that will obviously create a lot more dust and dirt and debris on top of that hardwood surface, which typically gets sucked into the through the return air grills. Another thing I'm kind of wondering, I don't know how long, like I said, this is already a paper filter. I'm kind of wondering, I see that it's obviously electronic air cleaner. I see some of the old cells sitting next to me. I mean, this electronic air cleaner could have failed, months ago, years ago, I don't know how long. So I mean, this thing could have been running with a electronic air cleaner that wasn't working and just letting all the dust and dirt through. And that could be what started all this buildup, because yes, there's a little bit of air leakage, but for the amount of dust and debris in there, it's pretty excessive amount of dust and debris in there. But yeah, I just want to kind of point out a tip of something to always check your evaporator coils or indoor coils, just to make sure you have good airflow, because you may think you have good airflow. And even honestly, when I shined a flashlight up here, I didn't realize it was as dirty as it really was, until I really pulled all the panels off and got in there. I just wanted to show the coil cleaner I'll be using on this coil. We've had pretty good luck with this stuff, so we've been using it on evaporator coils or indoor coils. We use it on the condenser coil too as well sometimes, but it's just been a good product. It's not had any issues or any weird corrosion or anything like that. We've been using it for quite a few years, and it seems to be a good product, so we continue to use it. We always keep it stocked on our trucks just in case. You never know when you're going to run into when you need to use it. But yeah, this is it. Just wanted to show that. I actually just got the coil pretty cleaned up. You can actually see coil now, where before you couldn't. So yeah, I basically got all of this, just sheets of junk off of that coil. It literally made like a blanket over the coil. And then I hit it, like I said, with my coil brush, cleaned up all the little debris and stuff that was still on there, which most of it actually surprisingly peeled off really well. So yeah, I'm gonna be spraying the foil foam cleaner on it, and then I'm gonna, like I said, the outdoor unit had a lot of cottonwood buildup on it, so I'll be cleaning that up as well and check my pressures and go from there. I know the customer had, a lot of customers will say is I just needed to be topped off or something like that. And I tried to explain to them I couldn't get a good pressure reading until I had all these coils cleaned. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.